What's up, everybody? It is a Blue Drake, and today we're going to be taking a look at this project. Now, disclaimer, I think a lot of people get confused when they watch my channel, and I want to make sure that this is absolutely clear. Just because we're talking about a game does not necessarily mean that it is going to be a good one. And this is one of those ones that I'm kind of on the fence about. A lot of people talking about this, a lot of people kind of sharing this trailer and excited about the potential that a project like this could have. 100% down. I love games like Stalker. I love games like basically anything kind of like Fallout with all of these crazy creatures and stuff. Look at this. This looks really, really cool and looks really, really interesting. But we've been hurt in the past. We can be hurt again. So today we're going to be talking about Evade the Light. But I want to make sure that your expectations are properly set. Because if there was ever a game where we don't know what's going to happen with it, this is definitely one. Now, Evade the Light is a project that is inspired by Stalker. You've got all of these different types of anomalies that you have to what is even the word? Defeat, conquer, fight? I mean, you don't fight anomalies, but you have to go through and explore this environment with all of these crazy creatures and these anomalies that you have to actually research and possibly even get rewards out of. In the original Stalker games, if you would research and properly, quote-unquote, defeat an anomaly, you would get like an artifact that you could use to enhance your gear. I'm assuming they're probably going to follow in similar footsteps. In fact, right here, there's a screenshot where he's holding something in his hand that obviously looks very artifact-esque. And I really am all about anything inspired by Stalker. And this game has a lot of things going for it in the fact that anything Stalker, I'm all over. The animations are a little bit wonky. I mean, I'm not. This does look very early, very basic. I can't tell if this is on Unity or Unreal Engine 4. I'm feeling like it's on Unity. This looks like first impression just feels like Unity, but I could be wrong. The creatures look interesting, but of course you never know how much of this stuff is actually taken from the marketplace. But at the same time, I really do think that a community made, and if you look at some of these environments are actually pretty interesting. So whether it's marketplace based or not, I do like the way the environments look. And I think that this is kind of bringing into light the fact that everybody's really craving kind of like a standalone Stalker-inspired game right now. You've got Stalker 2 that's been announced, but personally, even though I do love myself some Stalker, I feel like the modding team sometimes takes Stalker further than the developers themselves, and I'm really interested to see what a standalone Stalker-inspired project could be like, especially if it's either going to be a free game or if it's going to be kind of like a community-developed game, because obviously I'm all about stuff like that. But this seems like it could be something in that vein, and everybody's talking about it anyway, so might as well bring it to your attention as well. There's all of these different creatures, there's all of these different things that you would fight. Imagine having some kind of gameplay loop where you go into this forest and you have all of these random creatures and random. In fact, that's one thing that I think would be really cool that I'm not even sure if this game does at all, but one thing that I think would be really cool is if we had like a dynamic Stalker-inspired game where you go out and you have all of these anomalies, and all of these creatures, but instead of it being pre-placed and having, like, it would be cool if it was just completely random. I mean, think like 7 Days to Die or something like that, but Stalker. 7 Days to Die, but Stalker. So, this is an interesting project. I wanted to show it to you. Evade the Light. Don't know if it's going to be good, so do not take this as me endorsing this project. I think a lot of times, just because I make a video on something, people think that I'm telling you to buy it or I'm telling you to get excited for it. Not necessarily at all. And this is one that I have my eye on, but not necessarily for good reasons, but not necessarily for bad reasons either. I think it's interesting. I think that there's a lot of people that are excited about the prospect of this, but first impressions are skeptical. But as always, I try to err to the side of positivity. So yeah, interesting project. Thanks for my community members showing me this one. I think this is something that I definitely will keep my eye on. And of course, continue sending me stuff. I love talking about it. I love seeing all the things that you guys send me. I love seeing all the stuff that you guys are excited about and talking about it on the channel. So there's going to be a lot more that I think are really, really interesting and might blow this out of the water. But I wanted to kind of like start the dialogue on this project. So do you know anything about Evade the Light? Let us know down in the comments. Obviously, I only know so much about this game. If you guys know anything yourselves, let me know. Would love to dive into this. And besides that, stick around because there's a couple of other projects that are going to be a doozy that I'm going to be dropping some videos on later that I think are going to be awesome. All right, that's it for me for today. I will see you next time. And remember, as always, Blue Drake loves you. Cheers.